Because gender is not fixed in nature, gender ideology is preserved only if people police gender boundaries and maintain them through myths, rituals, and everyday cultural practices. For example, many people use men's achievements in power and performance sports as evidence of men's aggressive nature and superiority over women, and their rights to claim social and physical space as their turf. I'm here with Shawnee Kirk, a former softball player at Cumberland University, to ask her if she feels as though female sports are taken as seriously in college as male sports. Shawnee, do you feel as though when you were a softball player, your team was treated equally to baseball teams and football teams on campus? And do you think in the United States there has been a better job done of making sure teams are seen as equal?
I don't think we're quite there, but we're moving in the right direction. As far as Cumberland, don't get me wrong, love playing for the program, love the field. We actually have one of the nicer fields in our conference. But then you take a walk over to the baseball stadium and, it's $1 million field, and it wasn't up until 4 years ago that softball even had a field house. And that was all privately made. That was all privately donated, worked for. Like I said, I think we're definitely heading in the right direction, but there's still that disconnect.
Female leaders are common practice in the fields of business and politics. Icons such as Margaret Thatcher paved the way for females in countries all over the world and proved that women had the potential to have a positive impact on an array of matters. In moving forward, females must begin to step up in sports before gender equality can be taken seriously. Promoting change at the highest levels, females must strive to become board members and established figureheads in order to reinvent the female athlete's image. I'm here with head coach Carl Smith, men's soccer program at Cumberland University. Reason for being, he's been involved with both male and female teams at the collegiate level. And so it's very important for me to understand if the opportunities for female athletes have been the same as male athletes, and if not, what sort of things could be changed in the female department moving forward. So Carl, as a coach, obviously previously as a women's team and now men's team, were there anything big differences you found moving from a program in a female department?
Sure. No, I actually think in soccer altogether, college soccer, the leadership roles are only missing because women don't choose that leadership role. I think the sport is really crying out for women to take charge of being head coaches and growing the game, and I think there's a few hurdles they have to come over, and one is to kind of be that personality that leads people. For the most part, I think it's very stereotypical, but the opportunities are there for them. They just necessarily is something that they shy away from. And
Title IX was introduced in 1972 to try and really bridge the gap between how females weren't seen as equals. And obviously there's been a great push into bringing the female game in all sorts of areas up to equal standard. Do you feel that they are equal, or do you feel as though there's a long way to go before that is really there?
I would like to think they're equal, and I would go many sports at the highest level, pro tennis or whatever the case. As many people watch pro tennis games, Serena Williams, they do watch Roger Federer. It's the absolute truth. They deserve equal pay. They deserve equal attention. Now, each sport can be different. NBA and WNBA, there's obviously a lot of disparity there. But women's soccer should and could get, women's national team for that matter, could get as much respect as a men's program by all means. And there's enough buzz and there's enough young soccer players or young athletes in the United States that I think the more that they can continue to grow their sports and whatever sport that might be, I think there's opportunities for young ladies to play across the United States by all means.